Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. I am making this video to kind of document moving through Tier 2 as a new player on my brand new account. One thing I noticed about the addition of Legends is that utilizing the cars that you're getting essentially for free from Natural Motion for Legend series, both the Boss 302 and later on the 250 GTO allows a new player to get through Tier 2 much faster than before. Essentially, it's a day process, maybe 2 days, if you're willing to wait and be more patient. But you can build the the GTO, 250 GTO, utilizing the Legend Rush process, and you're restoring it. But you can restore the first few restorations very quick by watching some videos. The money that you get from running the race gets you your upgrades. So it becomes a quick process to get through the second step after taking down KJ. Uh, Now I'm on my last race here. I'm going to get this done, and then I should be good to go as far as getting through the final ladder races, and then I can get this car to take down the Tier 2 boss Ashleigh and get her car. Because the 250 GTO, once restored, can be tuned, uh, and because you get some fusions in the process of doing the Legend Restoration Cup, you in fact end up with a T2 car that is much faster than is needed to take down the T2 boss. This also will set you up for future T2 events such as Tempest, although the GTO does suffer from a little bit of a slow start. It is potentially, with elite upgrades, an option to use throughout the Tempest series. It may struggle a little bit in Tempest 3 for one particular challenge, but otherwise it's a very strong car. Also, it allows you to now go towards getting through these restriction trials with a car that can be tuned and is very effective, because KJ's car comes fully maxed, but you can't reduce stages. Therefore, you can't really use that as your tier 2. So essentially, Natural Motion for brand new players now give you a T1 card, the Boss 302, then give you a T2 card, the 250 GTO, and basically, because of the gift from this pandemic situation, we got another 250 million race car for T3. So my T3 set up as well too, and hopefully by the time I'm done with T3, I'll have access to a Tier 4 car, and if I can do 500 individual RP somehow this season before April 29th, I can actually get a T5 car that's extremely good too. So it's the best time I've seen to start this game in a long time. And that is really wonderful. On the other hand, though, the typical saving of resources and management of how you build cars and fusions, getting your car upgraded, getting them tuned, these basics are still very important. What I wanted also to reiterate again to newer players is the ability to beat the boss really comes down to, can you beat the ladder races? If you can beat the ladder race, your car is ready, right? I mentioned that in my CSR2 fact. We're going to be introducing round 2 of the fact soon, but I want to show you again that what I'm saying applies to the initial bosses all the way through tier 5. So I'm kind of documenting it as I go. So here I'm driving this car totally horribly, but because it's already dynoing 11 something, I'm having no problem whatsoever getting through the ladder races, because in the end, the ladder races get pretty fast, but it's not anywhere near the time. Well, it's actually much quicker, I should say, than the time that the boss would even run for the Pinks race. So we're looking at a ladder race challenge of a 11.8 already, right? I can tell you the boss runs slower than that. So let's take a look at this final race, see what the challenge is. Again, I'm running low 11s, so I should have no problem. But that should be still a high 11 run from the ladder race. Right, 11.7. So 11.7, so the boss is going to run slower than a 11.7 for her final run, which means if your car is beating the ladder race like I just did, your car is definitely ready to take on Ashleigh for her car. So you have four or five races total, 6 I think. Don't go past this one until you're ready to do the Pinks race. So I've been kind of ignoring these races just because I wanted to get my T2 car ready first before I even take it on. Now I can just kind of blow through it one after the other. All right. So this is one of the underlings. I'm just going to run him over and move on. This is a nice card, and I think they will eventually add to the game through either Tempest or something else. Some people are expecting that to be the card to be rewarded for free based on the community event. That didn't quite work out. We got, although I can't complain, we got the best possible T3 car for purpose of advancement because one, it's a BMW. Two, it can beat Tempest 3 without stage 6s. I mean, I can't complain at all about the Z4 M40i that was rewarded to all players. I was really surprised that my brand new account was given that car. In fact, it's right here in the garage in the back corner there. I was really surprised about that, but I'm not complaining because that probably just saved me a week worth of, maybe not a week, but at least days worth of playing and wasting resources on buying a no-star car because now I have a very good car with stars that you normally would only get using keys. So it's a win-win all around this season. I'm very happy with the timing of me joining into this game once again as a new player, to be honest. I think I've lucked out again. All right, so this is one of the first races against her. She's going to run really slow, probably like a 12.8, 12.9, maybe even 13th. So I'm ahead by like a quarter of the track, so that tells you something. Yeah, 12.8, high 12s. It's going to go lower and lower, right? But the Pinks race, what happens is from the third race where you can beat her to the Pinks race, there is another jump in time. So this is why, again, if you're not totally ready, don't take her on. It's not worth it because you have all this other stuff on the map to do to get your car ready. So now it's race number 2, and then we'll go through race number 3 and we'll take the Mercedes. Okay, here we go. Now I'm using the release method of launching. With this car, you basically launch right as 3 ins and 2 starts, and it'll get a perfect every time. Pretty easy car to launch. A little harder to do in live, but very easy to do in map racing. Right, 12.5 to a 11.1. It's making me go back to garage, but it's not a big deal. So we're going to do that one and then skip the super nitrous and go right in and take her car. And if you notice, there's a 1 there because I'm finally earning money again. I haven't even fully upgraded this 250 GTO. In fact, let me just show you exactly how upgraded it really is. I'm still waiting to upgrade certain stages like the engine and the turbo and the intake. Oh, now I'm broke again, but that's okay. Oh, and I need 22,000 to do this one. So it's basically 3 stage 5s, some stage 4s, and some stage 1, stage 3 with tuning, some fusions from the events, and that allows you to take her out. Now, this is much faster than you even need. I'm running 11.1. You can take her down with like a 11.8. So if you're really less patient, you could probably do it even quicker. Here's the thing though, in order to get through the Restoration Cup to get to tuning, you still need to upgrade your car. So it's kind of a toss-up which way you're going to go. In the end, you're still going to have to do this, not the twin test, I'm sorry, the Legend Restoration Cup. You probably need to do this once or twice because sometimes you're a little short on the tokens. Then your car will be here and it will still be running low 11s anyway. So it's going to be ready by the time it's done through the cups to take her down. Okay, here we go again. 3. All right, so I'm using nitrous in third. I actually don't know if I should use nitrous in third. I'm just doing it because it seems to run good with nitrous in third. Okay. Maybe nitrous in second works too, or even four. I don't know. The car's changed a little bit since I last really used it, so it's a little bit. I'm a little bit off on how to use it, to be honest. Let's see. Okay, yeah, she's a ray of sunshine, and I can't believe I lost to a loser. Fine, I bought the car from Azori Infernos. Blah 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 blah. She's probably the most obnoxious of the bosses as far as dialogue. Anyway, regardless, let's move on. Yes, let's race. Let's not use super nitrous, and let's race anyway. I know, Jesse. I know. I'm taking a chance here. But since I beat the ladder race, I'm 100% sure I can take her down. Okay, here we go. And off I go. Goodbye. And that's it. Took her down, getting her car. It's that simple. No super nitrous, no chance of losing. Even if I use nitrous off on maybe I should have used second gear nitrous because I'm actually running not as fast as Dino, so that's probably because of nitrous timing. Anyway, regardless, she runs a 12.0. Remember the last race of the ladder race was a 11.7. So if you can beat that ladder race, your car is more than ready to take the boss down. And that again, it's something that I hear asked a lot. How do I know if I'm ready for the boss? Finish the ladder race. You'll be ready. That's really it. And here I have the next boss car, and you're going to get this wonderful offer. Let me tell you something about these offers. Don't buy them. Okay, here's why. This is not one of the better T3 cars, and it's not going to come with stars, which means it's one of the slower versions, even if you get it. And you're buying a little bit of gold, a little bit of money. Money you can earn very easily. Gold you can earn pretty easily. It's just not really worth it. Yes, it's only $3, but if you're going to spend $3, you're probably better off spending it in a larger sum total and buying something different like silver keys rather than wasting it on that. The other thing I wanted to mention before I move on to the end of the video is that I've been saving keys and I've been building them up. Notice how quickly keys build up if you don't spend them right away. Because at this level of the game, you're not really going to need to waste keys yet. You shouldn't spend them. There's no point. I am not trying to go for this Kia GT for PC Cup. Here's why. Even if I'm part of a crew that wants more points, I'm not going to get the chance to build this with the amount of income I'm making and the tier I'm at. Plus, unlike the BMW, I can't get fusions for this easily, so it's kind of a waste of effort for me. The supply cups are nice if I can run them. Would I pull the 2 keys just to get 2 cars? Maybe if I'm looking for a tier 4, I would, but at the present, I think you're better off saving more silver keys. The other thing is, statistically, my chances, even with the time 10, to actually get anything is next to nothing. Okay, so you have 10 times the chance to get the Kia, but they don't really define the 10 times chance as what, right? That's a 4-star car. So if you look at the statistics, if we believe that the 10 time chance means 10 times statistical chance, then that doesn't make sense because that would then change that to 80%. I don't think it works that way. I think your chances of getting the car, a 4-star car, isn't going to be 80% because many of us had to pull through loyalty to get the car. I think what it is that if you get a 4-star car, maybe there's a bump in the chance, but I don't think it's 80% chance regardless. If you get a bump in the car, bump in the chance to get the Kia GT when you pull a 4-star car, meaning instead of getting a random 4-star car, there's a time 10 likelihood out of every car in the game you can get that's 4-star tier 3 that you would get the GT. That's the feeling I'm getting, because it definitely is an 80% chance. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Anyway, that's just a little side tidbit. But again, as you can see, silver key and bronze keys building up rather quickly. I'm going to try to keep building it until I get stuck to the point where I really need a car, and then I will pull. Now, I also know that next season's PC car is I believe, is a tier 5, which I don't want yet because that's very expensive. And I think there is a tier 4 one coming sometime in the future. I probably can't wait that long though. All right, so far we've taken down 2 bosses, got both of their cars without much of a problem. I've also now, once I get this upgraded a little more, I have now another possibility here, which is I can upgrade this car, okay, to get to hopefully here, and then it'll start to get a lot more RP. And that is important for this season because I'm going to want to try to get 500,000 personal RP. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I had a live racer that actually makes some RP. So that's what I'm going to do. Is the 2 new slots isn't going to help me because I don't have fusions, but I want to get that star, at least see if I can get there. And if I get that star, I might be in position to get myself some good RP in live. Let's see if we can get there first. Again, really close. 2 more slots. Theoretically, that'll help me if I had fusions, which seems to be the issue at the point. You can get Ferrari fusions. Don't think that you cannot. The problem is, to get Ferrari fusions cost me $1 million to buy each Ferrari. So I'll get like 5 or 6 fusions from stripping, but as a tier 2, tier 3 level player, you just don't have that kind of money coming in. Once you get to tier 5, it'll make more sense. So here, the Ferrari has been updated. So now I have a chance to make more RP. Let's now take the car into live. 1, to see if I can actually win, and 2, to see if I can get good RP from it. Let's go ahead and do that. And then at that point, I will call it as far as tier 2 and start focusing my strategy towards tier 3, which is going to be a lot more expensive to get through. I'm going to have to earn some money here. Okay, so let me just take somebody on just to see what I can do. One is I want to see if this car is going to be competitive in live without fusions or with very few fusions. The second piece is, of course, whether this is going to be, I'm not going to bet anybody. I know Mustang GTs can run well under dyno if I tune it right, so I'm not going to race somebody for money. Let's see. These guys are all higher elite levels. They probably would be faster in the end, although technically everything should be matched by dyno. So we'll have to see. But let me see if I can get somebody here. All right, I'll race him. Same car. Now, the thing about it is, if you have more fusions, even if you're at the same PP level and same dyno, the computer may still put you with an opponent, so you may end up losing instead of winning because of that. So now I was able to get a pretty close to perfect launch, so it wasn't too bad. I am still ahead at the moment, but he's catching up fast. Oh, all right, good. I won that. All I want to do is get 1 win to see where I am with the RP first. Okay, what do we got here? I'm going to get 100 keys. 664, so it's not bad. It's not as good as a higher Evo car. For example, if this is over 800 or 700, it'll be 700 plus. If it's 800 plus, this will be 900. And if it's 1,000 plus, I may actually get even better. So it's not bad. It's not great. But if I get lucky and get some more Ferrari fusions because of crew rewards or other things, I can then make this car higher Evo and probably make more RP. So with this, I am now looking at the possibility of building this point up before April 29th to try to get that 500,000 and then win the tier 5 car as a reward, the Shark Huracan that we can then use for tier 5. So that would set me up for tier 5, again, saving resources, saving money, saving me buying a useless car for the long term, just to get through the short term. So I'm pretty happy right now with where I am, and I will be coming back to you with another video when I get to the end of T3, but the strategy is going to be real simple. I'm going to build the Z4 M40i and then put fusions in it. All right, thanks for joining me for this video. If you have any questions regarding what I discussed, feel free to make comments and I'll respond to them. If you like the video, please leave a like. If you like my channel, please subscribe so you can get notifications when I put up new videos. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.